Alright y'all, welcome back to Combat Arms channel. Okay, today we're checking out another video from Magnus Midtbø. Now, we already know he does some pretty insane stuff, especially like with the military, these challenges, hanging out with these units that are just like doing all this really crazy tough stuff. And yeah, he fully embeds himself and it's really, really awesome to see. He's definitely comfortable going out of his comfort zone. And this one is definitely no different. So this is him hanging out with the Norwegian Coastal Ranger Commandos. And when it comes to anything like Coastal Rangers, it's basically like whenever I think of like the U.S. Marines, it's kind of like what I wish the U.S. Marines was a little bit more like. It's just like the highest level of amphibious assault, like combat elements that you can think of. And again, when it comes to like Norway or even just like in general, the Scandinavian countries, the Nordic countries, they do some pretty solid amphibious assaults, just again, kind of how they're based geographically speaking, especially with the archipelagos, at least with like Sweden. So I'm always kind of impressed to see what they have and how they do things. So I'm sure these guys are tough. And again, Magnus, he's pretty tough too. So I'm sure he's going to do fine. So let's go ahead and check it out.
The Coastal Ranger Commando is the eyes and ears of the Norwegian Armed Forces.
Oh
they operate in the most inhospitable...
Yeah, you guys already kind of know the deal when it comes to gear, when we see it for the first time in the videos. Yeah, these guys have some pretty solid fits. So I don't know if it's like a kind of like a flight suit, maybe like a one piece. I'm not really too sure. But then they got the Ranger Green and the multicam mix, which is pretty interesting right there. Yeah, these guys look pretty serious. And again, just looking at the environment that they're in, you kind of have to be serious, especially when you're talking about amphibious assaults.
They operate in the most inhospitable environment imaginable. When suspicious ships enter Norwegian waters, this is the unit that gets sent out.
Is that a saw?
Boarding ships is one of the most dangerous jobs in the military, not only because you're very exposed to the enemy, but the sea can be extremely rough in these parts of the world. And that's why these soldiers have to go through one of the most intense selections.
Damn. Their movement is freaking solid. And again, looks like their stuff is very well suited for what they're doing, like the shorter barreled kind of M4 variant. And it looks like they're also rocking like an emergency air supply and then also a flotation device, which is pretty common when it comes to like maritime units for sure. That gear is pretty heavy. Even if you're an incredible swimmer, like you're going to end up going under unless you have like a nice flotation device like this. So you basically just pull the beads and then, you know, it kind of inflates itself.
One of the most intense selections where less than 1% of all applicants make it through. It's a screened unit, meaning everyone's identity has to remain a secret. And until now, no outsider has ever been allowed in.
Sick. The seagulls. That dude must be like, fucking birds, go away.
So how hard would you say this test is?
I would say it's pretty hard. Depends from year to year. Roughly we have around 500 to 2,000 people applying.
Wow.
Out of those, we select roughly around 100 people.
Only 100 people out of those 3,000 get to try this test?
Yeah, at least get to start selection.
And how many of
just
those
starting it
pass generally?
Average 6 to 8.
6 to 8 only. So it's a pretty hard test then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I do this, if I pass the test, then I get to go on a mission with you.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
So that
is insane. Like, oh my gosh. And with metrics like that, it's like, geez, you really need to motivate yourself just to kind of start a process like that. Yeah, that's a pretty gnarly attrition rate. Holy cow.
made me a little bit nervous because I know that mission, it sounds really cool and I really want to do the mission. And there are a few of these exercises that I'm a little bit worried about that I think will be hard for me. Especially
swimming for me.
The first one.
I'll do the weights all day, but the swimming, anything swimming,
I'm dreading the most. Like my legs are so weak. So I think they said you have 2 minutes to finish, so you could rest. Come on.
That's an interesting test. At least I get knee sleeves.
That's the thing with Norwegians, they're always very quiet. So how many was that?
That was 40.
40?
Yeah.
So that was maximum score then?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna aim for 20. Oh jeez, I hope I don't fail on the first. I wish this came later because I don't want to fail on the first.
How much weight is it? 15 kilos, so that's probably like 120 pounds on there.
4. Good pace.
It's 11, right?
12.
12.
Dude, get in the knee sleeves. It helps with like the knee rocking, especially when you're older. That shit hurts.
Come on. 20.
Oh, dude.
Lower time.
Dude, lunges suck, but lunges with weight really suck. Especially with shoes like that. Those aren't like the best for like doing this kind of stuff.
33.
You end up rocking a lot and it just sucks on the knees.
35. 5 seconds left.
Good shit. Holy fuck.
I think you're there to take it.
Yeah.
Oh, 35. Oh my God.
That's good.
Okay.
Nice.
You passed.
I passed, that's the most. Oh, but I'm gonna feel this. And the next exercise is pull-ups, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's
Okay.
gonna be a
Word.
rest for the legs.
I think you will pass easily.
Yeah,
Dude.
this one I think
Pull-ups,
I
yeah.
should be able to do.
Yeah, we've already seen him do pull-ups, man. 4 reps? Okay.
So that's 10 kilos extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
He's gonna crush this. He's probably gonna get like freaking
8.
25 or
repetitions.
something.
That's fairly comfortable for you guys.
Yeah, it should be at least.
And what does most recruits, what do they fail on?
We don't start with the tests before we are done with the first year. So the people that do them are quite solid.
Okay.
Mm.
5, 6, 7.
He's just talking
8.
while he's doing this.
I looked fairly comfortable. You're going really high.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do them again. So
Yeah.
make them count.
Yeah. Dude. Damn, he's going way over the bar. Jesus. He's making it look so easy. Going that high freaking hurts,
Okay,
dude.
right? More in case I didn't do it. That was my favorite test so far. Do you feel like there is a lot of upper
Nice.
body strength in what you do?
Yeah, well, the entire body needs to work
Yeah.
in order to be able to cope with the
Boarding
stress,
ships and stuff.
yeah, when it comes to climbing, heavy
Yeah.
kit,
Mm.
the physical strain on an operator.
Yeah,
today,
that ladder with
kit
all the
we have
gear.
is pretty hard.
Yeah. So the test we're doing today, that's not the selection. That's what you guys do every year to see that you kind of maintain the
Mm.
strength.
So their
We meet
annual
the
test.
standards that we demand of our operators every year. The first test that we do during selection is more like a minimum requirement
Okay.
to be able to start and train.
Yeah.
And after you become an operator,
Mhm.
you need to meet these standards. That's what we expect of you.
Okay. We don't have a lot of time in between these. The point is kind of to go back to back, right? 4, 5,
Okay, dips. I can do
6,
dips too all day.
7, 8. That's fairly easy so far. But everyone keeps talking about the last 3 exercises: the climbing the ladder, the
Okay.
running, and the swimming. Those are
Ooh.
like the hardest.
The swimming, dude, that's
this is
it.
kind of like a warm up so far, it seems like. But the first exercise was definitely not a warm up for me because my legs are weak as shit.
Yeah, so far I think these would be fine. Again, the running can be pretty tough. I'm not like the best runner. I used to be a little bit better, but now, especially once you like put on more muscle, it gets a little bit harder to keep like a good pace. Some people, not the case. They're just like monsters all around. But yeah, for me, swimming, especially, I'm like not buoyant at all. So I'm really trying hard to kind of just stay afloat. And I've only really just learned to like freestyle pretty well. So anything past like 50 meters, like actually going fast, yeah, not going to be fun for me. And then just in general, going past like 100 meters, going like slow is also going to be kind of rough for me. So I'm interested to see how that one is.
Come on.
Dips though, I love doing
the
dips.
Coastal Ranger Commando, that's the English word for...
Kystjegerkommando.
Yeah,
Norwegian.
exactly. Let's see.
Doing it with weight definitely makes a difference with some of these. Dips, not so much, at least for me.
Easy.
What is the next one? Is it a deadlift?
Yes.
Deadlift. 100
Nice.
kilos, 8 repetitions, that's the max.
Yeah. At the minimum, you need to.
How many
pass
kilos?
4 is the minimum.
Is it 100? Okay. Man, and that's a straight bar too. It's not like the freaking hex
It's
bar
not gonna
like
be
we
that
have.
easy for me. And then to be honest,
the
I
army.
still feel it. My legs, I think I should have stopped at 20. Oh, Jesus Christ, my legs.
I kind of want to try this. Again, not like the best shoes for deadlifting in either, because they move around. You can see once your feet start moving around a lot, your knees are going to start moving around a lot, your hips are going to start moving around a lot, and then it's going to translate and your whole body is going to be kind of rocking a little bit more than you'd want it to. And you kind of end up feeling it, especially not just like muscle wise, but after the fact, you know, it might hurt a little bit more when you're kind of rocking a little bit too much.
Good.
That was easy for him.
That's cool
though.
because the different units I've been to, is it called units or?
Yeah, you can say units.
Yeah, people look the same kind of. You know, you have like a special body type that are good for that unit. It seems like. I think in this unit, it seems like you're all pretty like fit. You build similar.
But we see
so hopefully
the selection tends to breed various people.
Is it possible for lighter people, smaller people to also get past? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully the swim is not insane then.
Okay.
It's more about what's in your head.
It seems like that's the case for most of the units, what's in your head. So did you guys already know what units you wanted to apply to, or did you try different units?
I went straight for this unit. Yeah.
Straight for this unit? Yeah. What made you want to try this unit?
I saw some ads on the internet and thought it looked cool.
What about the location of the base? Does that affect anything?
Is it a nice location?
Like a beautiful scenery and you can do a lot of outdoorsy things.
Yeah, it helps with the...
It's a nice perk.
Stay here. There's a lot of options around, as you said, hunting, skiing, diving.
Yeah.
You can pretty much do everything from here.
Norway is such a long and narrow country, so the climate is very different up here from down south, and it's also way less populated. No traffic. It's just like easier life.
Dude, I really want to go to Norway. I almost went to Sweden when I was over in Finland, but I only ended up going down to Estonia. Yeah, I really want to check out Sweden and Norway, so I'm going to have to do that at some point here pretty soon because it just looks cooler and cooler as I see these videos.
Or like slow-paced, more slow-paced life.
Damn, that is beautiful.
So I've done this one before. I don't know how many I did. I think it was around 30. Come on.
That's a nice freaking setup there.
And I remember this one is like, it's very easy in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's just stop and becomes
I could
really
see that.
hard.
Yeah. Once you start hitting a wall,
That's max, yeah.
the range of motion is
This one
insane.
seems like the hardest one so far.
This is the worst one.
This is the worst one?
Really? It's kind of hard for me to mirror something like that, but
Come on.
it doesn't seem
17.
too bad.
Come on. 18. 18. So you have to go all the way down.
All the way
and
down.
elbows have to touch the knees.
Yeah, that's an
1,
insane
2,
range of
3.
motion though. Jeez.
Yep. 2.
That is a good test of like abdominal strength for sure. And this is especially tough because like when you're actually going all the way down, it's kind of stretching your abs, which might sound like, you know, good for longevity. You know, if you're trying to do like a flex after the fact, you're kind of stretching, but that stretch almost is like another workout entirely. And then again, with just this massive range of motion, you kind of have to, I mean, your feet are pretty well locked in, but you need to just you're fighting a lot of gravity, and you're also just fighting a lot of weird angles too. Like when you're at this angle trying to come up, that's going to be significantly harder than just coming from here to like right here. So yeah, this is a pretty good test for sure, I would say.
4. 5. 6.
He seems like he's doing pretty well though. I know he said there was like a wall. Let's see if he kind of hits that though. If you get in a good rhythm and kind of use some momentum, I guess it would be a little easier.
15. 16. 17. 18.
I think a little bit of a wall right there.
One more. All good.
Dude, he crushed it though.
So now it's
Damn.
about to get harder though. So the thing is, if I pass these tests, I get to go on a mission where we go out with 3 boats and board a ship, and I get to
Dude.
like do a real mission with these guys. But they've said that if I don't do it, it's too dangerous, so we can't do it. So if I fail these tests, I'm out, right?
Yeah.
Then we can't do the mission.
No, this is our minimum standards
Yeah.
to
Because
Damn.
as an operator.
Good on
then it
him.
would be too
Okay.
dangerous, right?
Yeah. would risk losing you.
So it's really important that I actually
That's a
pass
good
these
motivation
tests.
for
if
sure.
If I don't pass any of these tests, I don't get to go on the mission. And the mission is why we came here.
Yeah, shit looked like a lot of fun, I'll say that. Ooh. Oh, but 300 yards is different when you're kind of going back and forth. 64 seconds, so a minute for... Okay, that's not too bad then. Again, it's just a lot more annoying to go back and forth. It really makes a difference than just like going on a track and kind of doing that. So I wonder what they do, just like 25 yards or something, there and back, and keep doing that. It's a 53.
It's gonna be hard. They're in deep pain right now. So the thing is, I'm not able to run with them because we would have to blur their face, and 3 people running with me that we have to blur would be difficult. So that's why they do it first now, and then I do it after. But this definitely seems like the hardest one so far. And I guess it's only going to get harder too. Like the swimming sounds really hard, and also the ladder that we're going to climb sounds difficult. So I guess what we've done so far is just a warm up.
I want to see the ladder, man.
Time?
They did it in 53 seconds and 87 hundredths.
Right, and now they're going to do 5-minute rest and then do it again.
Yes.
And it'll be the worst time that counts, or
the average.
I hope they do it twice.
Okay. What, do you know what your pulse is right now?
Screw that.
110. So this is kind of a test of how fast you can recover in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Go.
Damn. Okay. That's interesting. So that's how they average it. Okay. Dude. Oh man, no, that sucks. That sucks a lot, because I'm okay with sprinting, but I'm okay with doing like a sprint and like one kind of evolution, but then getting like a small break and then having to do it again. Oh my gosh, I'm gassed after sprinting. I'm not a sprinter, that's for sure.
Looks like they're deep.
Making me tired, shit.
You sure you don't want to do it again with me?
No.
Huh?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
How many times is it there and back? Let's see.
Good pace.
I feel like that terrain is also kind of annoying. It looks kind of slick. Maybe it's not, but with all like the dust and shit on the ground, that's the most annoying thing, is sliding around.
Good pace. 30 seconds.
Nice, okay.
Come on.
Yeah, that does seem like, does seem like a good pace though.
5. Come on.
But that's a hard pace to maintain.
Come on. Yep. 57, 34.
57.
Okay.
5-minute break.
I guess the trick is not
5
to
minutes
sit down.
isn't too bad
Feels like
though.
my legs are just failing me from that first exercise.
Oh yeah, true. After all that,
I'm almost afraid that I'm going to collapse because I don't feel.
Yeah, that's true. Like with the new Army's ACFT, after doing like the sprint drag carry and the deadlifting, and then we have to do the 2-mile run, like just the bottoms of my quads are just destroyed, and I'm feeling it the entire time I'm running, and it just sucks. So I imagine that's kind of what he's feeling right now.
My legs. And they also say you shouldn't stretch the leg muscles, I guess. Then the muscle just get loose. Like
yeah, exactly.
Stretching before running is not a good idea.
Yeah.
I've heard experts say. I don't know if it's true.
Warming up is
I'm not going to take any risks right now. So I'm not going to stretch. So the distance is 22.8 meters. 600 yards together, so 2 times 300 yards.
Okay, yeah.
My pulse is like 113 right now.
Right.
3, 2, 1, start.
Man, that's like the pacer test we have to do in high school, where there's beeps that get faster and faster.
Come on, push it.
You just hate hearing it, but at least there's no beeps for this one. It's not like, again, now you have to pace yourself, which is trickier. It's scarier, unless someone's like constantly giving times out.
The microphone fell off.
Did it? He was still wearing the microphone? I didn't even consider
the microphone
that.
fell off.
That's annoying.
Nice. It's incredible that you can get so tired in 1 minute. I was afraid every time I turned.
Yeah,
that
true.
my legs would just collapse.
All right, Magnus. So the first round you did it in 57.34.
Yeah.
The second round you did it in 60 seconds, .30.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that gives you an average of 58.82.
Yeah.
And that's a pass.
That's a pass, good. I'm happy here.
Nice.
I think this was one of the...
Damn.
This and maybe the swimming I can still fail on, but the ladder I think I can do. So I just have to pass the next test.
Is it like the actual climbing up like this?
The next two tests. You can join us.
Yeah, cool.
Oh man, that's hype, dude. The swim. I really want to see the swim. Sick. It's like a little hype for the mission.
A water cast and into a swim test.
Right, so first we're gonna jump from 8 knots, and then if that's comfortable, we'll move it up to 20 knots, right?
Yeah.
And then we have to swim for a certain distance that we don't yet know.
Yeah.
Oh
And,
shit.
If I at some point have to give up, get rescued by a boat, then I'm out. Is
But he's wearing all
hurt
that?
at all, or?
The water cast might hurt a little bit. When you jump to the boat, the water pressure hits you. But with the right technique, you won't get hurt.
So
Whoa,
one
okay,
hand
this is more
behind your
intense than I
head,
thought.
The other one here, and then jump out.
Yeah, and keep tight.
Well, the water is really cold, and yesterday we saw killer whales.
Oh, shit.
Orcas in this area.
Damn, those are huge.
Let's hope there are no orcas today. I don't want to be orca proof.
Yeah, damn, okay. I never had to deal with that during any of my PT tests. 8 knots, so about like 8.5, 9 miles an hour. But yeah, that water must be freezing. It's just a shock to the system. How are they floating so easily? Oh, is their suit kind of makes them...
So 8 knots felt okay.
More
but
buoyant?
There's a little bit of water coming into the suit. It's not.
Oh.
It's not like completely waterproof. So I think it's gonna get really cold, and also jumping out from more than twice the speed of this.
Damn, that looks cold.
It's gonna be pretty scary.
Twice. Dude. So what was this is arm behind the head? That's fast. And scary, like you gotta jump pretty far and with freaking fins on. Oh dude. And the water just immediately goes over your face and stuff. Okay, no, that does not look buoyant at all.
If you think that water is soft, think again. That was pretty hard.
How far did they swim?
Just, it feels so hard, the water. And that was 20 knots. And I guess these guys go even faster than that sometimes. So now we're gonna do the last test, and that is the rope ladder test.
Dude, he nailed it.
I've heard that that is the hardest test, so hopefully I've saved some power for that.
Dude, he just crushed that like it was nothing. It's not something I can simulate for a video. I'm kind of realizing that now, unfortunately. I don't have a buddy with a boat, and even if I did, I need some supervision
what
for
we're
that.
practicing now is how we would board a ship.
Yeah.
So we're starting from a low position.
Yeah, we're simulating that you're in the rib, so
Yeah.
you're going to sit on the ground now.
And nobody's anchoring this either, which is going to be a lot more annoying trying to get into a good routine because you can't really, because it's just going to start freaking moving in all these weird directions. You have ways to try and like maintain it and, you know, keep it from swaying as much, but again, even still, it's really hard to get into a good rhythm. I kind of wonder what the time is because that looked like it's probably like 50 feet or something?
Feel the waves, and you're supposed to start climbing when you're at the wave top, so the rib doesn't come and hit you.
You wrap the ladder like this, right? To make it more on the legs. Because we're going to climb this 10 times in a row, so that's going to be pretty difficult. If I do this, we're going to do a real mission, and then there's going to be no safety. So if you fall off, you're going to land in the ocean next to a moving boat, which is pretty dangerous, right? Because there's a lot of streams and stuff from the boat.
Yeah.
And there's the propeller at the end of the boat. So you want to avoid getting into the water at all costs.
Yeah, I would say.
That's right. And that's why we want you to climb up 10 times, because then you prove that you have the stamina that's necessary to climb up the boat.
Okay, so it's not like timed necessarily.
Good job.
It's just. But still, how high is it? Like. Oh, I mean,
so that's
it's
the
like
first lap of 10 laps.
Oh, and they just rappel down. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's probably closer to like 60 feet, honestly.
Dealing with carabiners using gloves is so much harder.
Okay. I didn't consider that, I guess. I imagine after like the 5th time, that's gonna start sucking a lot. There's really like no break either, it looks like. Ooh. Yeah, that's killer on the legs too.
So I guess this is the 5th time. So after this, it'll be halfway.
It was a good job last time, but now I want you to focus on being even more efficient.
Okay.
And be right in his back.
Okay.
I missed the foothold.
He's doing it though.
Like,
I
keeping
think he's
your
fine.
upper body into the ship side.
Okay.
Have a wide stance with your legs, and just try to work vertical and not pull so hard with your arms.
So lean more
like
toward
back. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Kind of keeping it tighter helps a lot with just kind of feeding the ladder as well.
Even though this is climbing, it's kind of different because the ladder is moving and you're not the only one moving it. Like there are people higher than you and below you that kind of move the ladder. So if you miss the foot, you're out.
Yeah.
And also kind of simulating how it will be on a boat. I don't really know what to expect. So like from the start, I would just try to campus, but obviously there's a boat there, so I can step on the boat, but I kind of forgot that. It's kind of different from climbing, but how many times have we done this now? 7 times, yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I think he's fine, but that...
I want you to stop 2 meters above now when you screw the carabiner.
Yeah.
Because the rib that you're supposed to jump on, it has a lot of antennas.
Yeah.
So if you screw the carabiner too low, the antennas might hit you.
Yeah.
That's why we want to say 2 meters.
And then...
Oh, okay. Okay. Huh.
It's hard in the beginning though, the first
I didn't consider
pull,
that, the antennas, yeah, it's such a simple
pull
thing.
It out no matter how hard I try.
Try to stand more on your legs and work yourself up using your legs.
Okay, so like this?
Yeah, like that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I feel like I'd want to pull myself up a little bit too much, like with my arms. Not necessarily like kind of walking up it, you know? That looks like a lot of freaking fun though. They got like shipping containers kind of like stacked on top of each other, just rappelling down that. And again, you kind of practice the rappelling too, which...
That was 10 times.
10 times.
Sick.
So now we're finished with the conditioning part of the test, and we're going to do the final general test.
Okay.
That's supposed to simulate the real boarding with all the gear that we use.
Do you need this? Are you sure?
Not everyone's as strong as you.
Christ,
so
this is heavy.
Oh, dude. When I was on the recapture tactics team, when we were doing like our kind of selection process or our indoctrination, this thing was just the bane of everybody's existence, because you'd have to run up and down these giant berms with all your kit on, and you'd have like a bunch of breaching gear, but the unlucky guy would get this thing. It's heavy for sure, but the most annoying part, I think, is just it's super awkward. Like you can't really like sling it very well. You just end up freaking like throwing it on your shoulder or just running with it in front of you. It just very, very awkward. And again, it is pretty freaking heavy too.
It's nice to use you as a breacher.
Okay. Yeah,
it is clutch,
I'm up for it. So I'll take off this harness then and put on all that stuff.
Yeah, put on all this gear and get on the harness.
Nice. Meet my little friend. Doing it 10 times though, it's kind of, it's hard. It's I definitely got out of breath. You're expected to do it so quickly that you never get a break. This is gonna be a whole another story though. It's nice that you brought me a dry one. Didn't have to use the wet one.
Damn. That looks very restrictive and also just super hot.
Do you guys ever go light? You know, light is fast sometimes.
Uh-huh.
No?
They're not even answering you.
You sure I need all that ammo?
Yeah. Then you can do your final
Is it snowing?
Just jump
Good
around
grief.
and feel if anything's loose.
Nice, yep.
Feels okay?
Feels okay.
You
Yep.
could fight.
I don't know how well
Yeah,
I
you
would
could hear
fight,
it too.
but I would
That was solid.
certainly try.
So the same procedure.
Yep.
Try to visualize that you're on the boat, ride the waves,
Yep.
then enter.
1, 2, 3.
Nice job.
Dude, it's literally just starting to snow. That transition too from the ladder to the rail must suck. Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy. So
Ready for round 2?
yeah, I can try. It's just awkward to climb with all this, and I feel like it's already been a pretty long day. We've done a lot.
I feel that you managed fine.
Okay.
So I brought you a gift.
See the.
Oh snap.
Oh Jesus Christ! This weighs about the weight of me.
Oh my god, that's gonna make the freaking. Oh yeah, getting it over the knives is so annoying. That's gonna make it sway so much.
It's like having a really heavy backpack on.
Ready?
Alrighty. I guess this is the last thing I'll do. So for this, I'm gonna climb with a top rope because the chance of me falling, I think, is pretty big.
Okay.
Like I barely made it last time. Just climbing a ladder is very different. It's like it's more about your legs, and it's about holding it weird. And I don't.
This is like when they know that you're fine, like they've already accepted that he's good enough for going on the mission, but now they're just gonna like fuck with him a little bit. Which yeah, kind of the process with these kinds of things.
I don't know how many kilos I have on me right now, but it's definitely pretty heavy. Okay, riding the wave.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's all the weight just pulling back and down.
Use your heels. I'm not able to use my heels.
Oh yeah, because it's just pulling. It's pulling him so far away from it. That's like all upper body strength now. Fuck.
Come on, Magnus!
How do you use your heels though?
Come on. Try to get your hips as close to the ladder as possible.
Yeah, maybe, I don't even know. Just like really
No, there's
bringing.
no way. I can't.
Dude, he's like literally just about to fall backwards off of
up.
that thing.
Come on.
There's no way. Oh, you can lower me. I don't understand how you use your heels. It feels like I'm being hanged.
Dude, that looked horrible.
Oh, that's way too heavy. This is definitely pretty hard. I mean, what you guys do is pretty tough. So what do you think? Are we gonna go on a mission together?
I think you passed with a OK plus. Let's take you on a mission.
On a real mission, without any security.
Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be dangerous. Yeah.
Sure.
It's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, it's gonna be on a moving ship.
From a moving ship to another moving ship.
Yeah.
No rope or anything.
No.
So you guys should make sure that you check out the next video. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.
Okay, so I'm not going to react to the next video. I will link this one down in the video description, but I don't want to be kind of like taking up the whole series. So definitely, if you guys want to go and check out the next video, which you definitely should, go and check out his channel and you can watch that. But I think, again, it gave us a really good appreciation for how solid these guys are. I kind of wanted it to be something that I could simulate here, so I could just do that for a video, but yeah, not really the case. But yeah, these guys, these guys are all pretty solid. I like how he was kind of saying, like, with certain units, you kind of see it breeds like a certain physique, and that's definitely true. Like for my CQB team specifically, generally, you know, everybody was a little bit kind of on the beefier side, but cardio was also extremely important, and not just like normal cardio, like being able to move fast. The biggest thing was just having endurance, because you have a lot of weight on you. You have a lot of gear. It's just kind of awkward as well to kind of move with it. But just being able to kind of go up and down hills, go for like a pretty decent, you know, duration as well, especially when you have like breaching kit on. So like generally a little bit beefier, not like the fastest runners for the most part. I mean, so some pretty fast guys for sure, but yeah, you can tell it definitely breeded like a certain kind of physique for sure, like kind of like he was saying. But of course, Magnus kind of crushed it there. There wasn't really anything that he struggled on like at all, which, yeah, I gotta say, good on him. So the minimums seemed like pretty decent. Some of those maximums though, like I don't know for that run, I don't know what the max would be, but I feel like that would be very, very hard to get a max for. Oh my gosh. Again, that thing was just making me tired looking at it. Yeah, I want to know what you guys think about these tests. If it seems like something that you think you could probably do, let me know. If there's any events that you guys think you would struggle on, let me know down in the comment section. I think for me, I would get pretty psyched out doing the swimming thing in general. And again, I'm not even sure how far they did it. And they're probably not going to put it in the video because, again, they kind of want it to be like a mental thing for people going through this kind of a assessment or what have you. So yeah, it looked pretty tough. I would say that's definitely the thing that I would struggle on the most. But I'm definitely going to check out the next video, and I recommend you guys do the same. Again, I will have that link down in the video description below, so definitely go and check it out. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Yeah, let me know what you think about the commentary. Let me know how it compares to anything that you might have done or seen in any of your like military or police careers, or even just in general when it comes to like sort of athletics or sports. Yeah, let me know how it kind of stacks up. But that's it for this video. I will see y'all in the next one.